Which of these three deadly health conditions do you have? If you suffer from kidney stones, have a history of digestive issues, or take blood thinning medications, then every single almond you eat could be putting your health in serious jeopardy. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly why almonds become toxic for people with these conditions, the warning signs your body is trying to tell you, and what you should eat instead to get the same nutritional benefits without the life-threatening risks. Here's a jaw dropper that'll change how you look at almonds forever. Just 1 ounce of almonds contains 122 milligrams of oxalates. That's more than spinach, more than beets, and way more than your kidneys can handle if you're prone to stones. But here's what your doctor might not tell you. Oxalates are like tiny crystals that love to bind with calcium in your kidneys. Think of it like mixing salt and water, then letting it evaporate. What's left behind? Hard, sharp crystals that can tear through your urinary tract like glass shards. Now, if you've never had a kidney stone, you might think this sounds dramatic. But ask anyone who's passed one. The pain is so intense it sends grown men to the emergency room crying. And here's the kicker. Once you've had one kidney stone, you have a 50% chance of developing another within 5 years. The oxalate content in almonds is what makes this so dangerous. Your body can only process about 40 to 50 milligrams of oxalates per day safely. But that innocent handful of almonds you're snacking on? You just tripled your daily limit in one sitting. Here's how the damage happens. Those oxalates travel through your bloodstream and end up in your kidneys. When they meet calcium, they form calcium oxalate crystals. These crystals are sharp, jagged, and they grow. What starts as microscopic particles become stones that can block your urinary tract completely. The warning signs are brutal. Sharp stabbing pain in your back or side that comes in waves, blood in your urine that turns it pink or red, frequent urination that feels like you're passing razor blades, nausea and vomiting from the sheer intensity of the pain. But here's what makes almonds especially sneaky. Unlike other high oxalate foods that taste bitter or harsh, almonds are sweet and satisfying. You don't realize you're loading your system with stone-forming compounds because they taste so good. The research backs this up. One study found that people who ate more than 2 ounces of nuts per day, especially almonds, had significantly higher rates of kidney stone formation. Another study showed that reducing oxalate intake by just 40% cut kidney stone risk in half. And here's the part that'll really shock you. Many doctors don't connect the dots between almond consumption and kidney stones. They'll tell you to drink more water and cut back on salt. But they miss the oxalate bomb sitting in your pantry. If you've had kidney stones before, every almond is a gamble. Your kidneys are already compromised. They can't handle the oxalate overload like healthy kidneys can. You're essentially playing Russian roulette with your urinary system. The safe oxalate limit for kidney stone sufferers is just 50 milligrams per day. One small handful of almonds puts you over that limit before breakfast. Add in other foods throughout the day, and you're looking at oxalate levels that guarantee crystal formation. But kidney stones aren't the only way almonds can sabotage your health. Here's where almonds turn from healthy snack to gut destroyer. 1 ounce of almonds packs 3.5 grams of fiber. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. For people with sensitive digestive systems, that fiber becomes a weapon of mass intestinal destruction. But it's not just the fiber. Almonds contain something called phytic acid. This compound is nature's way of protecting the nut from digestion. Think of phytic acid like a fortress wall around the nutrients. Your digestive system has to work overtime to break through that wall. Here's what happens in your gut. That fiber hits your intestines like a sponge bomb. It absorbs water, swells up, and creates bulk that your compromised digestive system can't handle. If you have IBS, Crohn's disease, or any inflammatory bowel condition, you're looking at hours of cramping and bloating. The phytic acid makes everything worse. It binds to essential minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium, making them unavailable for absorption. You think you're getting nutrition from those almonds, but your body is actually being robbed of the minerals it desperately needs. One study found that people with digestive sensitivities who ate just 10 almonds experienced bloating within 30 minutes. The fiber fermentation in their gut produced gas bubbles that stretched their intestinal walls. The result? Pain that felt like someone was inflating a balloon inside their abdomen. But here's the real kicker. The almond skin contains tannins. These compounds irritate the gut lining and trigger inflammation. For people with leaky gut syndrome, those tannins slip through the intestinal barrier and cause systemic inflammation throughout the body. The symptoms sneak up on you. First, you feel a little gassy. Then comes the bloating that makes your pants feel 2 sizes too small. Next, the cramping starts. Sharp, stabbing pains that double you over. Finally, your bowel movements become unpredictable. Either you're constipated for days or running to the bathroom every hour. Many people with digestive issues try portion control. They think eating fewer almonds will solve the problem. But even small amounts trigger symptoms because the phytic acid and tannins are concentrated. You can't dilute the problem by eating less. The processing makes it worse. Raw almonds are hard to digest, but roasted almonds are inflammatory. The high heat creates advanced glycation end products that irritate the gut lining even more. You're trading one problem for another. Here's what your gastroenterologist won't tell you. Almonds are one of the most common hidden triggers for digestive flare-ups. Patients spend months trying to identify their trigger foods while continuing to eat almonds because they're supposedly healthy. The research is clear. People with inflammatory bowel conditions who eliminated high-fiber nuts from their diet saw a 60% reduction in symptoms within 2 weeks. Their bloating decreased, their cramping stopped, and their bowel movements normalized. Now here's the most dangerous combination of all. This one flies completely under the radar, and it could kill you. Almonds are loaded with vitamin E. Just 1 ounce contains 7.3 milligrams, which is nearly half your daily requirement. Sounds healthy, right? Not if you're taking blood-thinning medications. Here's the deadly connection your doctor probably missed. Vitamin E acts as a natural blood thinner. It interferes with vitamin K, which your body needs for proper blood clotting. When you combine high vitamin E intake from almonds with prescription blood thinners like warfarin, Eliquis, or Xarelto, you create a bleeding disaster waiting to happen. The mechanism is terrifying. Your blood-thinning medication is already preventing clot formation. Then you add almonds with their concentrated vitamin E. Now your blood becomes so thin that even minor injuries can cause life-threatening bleeding. One case study documented a patient on warfarin who started eating 2 ounces of almonds daily for heart health. Within 3 weeks, his INR levels shot through the roof. A simple nosebleed landed him in the emergency room, requiring blood transfusions. But here's what makes this interaction so dangerous. The effects are cumulative. Vitamin E builds up in your fat tissue over time. You might not notice problems immediately, but after weeks of regular almond consumption, your bleeding risk skyrockets. The warning signs are subtle at first. Bruising from minor bumps, bleeding gums when you brush your teeth, nosebleeds that won't stop, heavy menstrual periods that last longer than usual. By the time you notice these symptoms, your clotting system is already compromised. The timing makes it worse. Most people take their blood thinners in the evening, then they snack on almonds throughout the day. The vitamin E from those almonds is still active in their system when their medication kicks in. It's like doubling your dose without realizing it. Different medications have different interaction levels. Warfarin is the most dangerous because its effects are harder to reverse. Newer blood thinners like Eliquis have shorter half-lives, but they still interact with high vitamin E intake from almonds. The research shows that people on blood thinners who consumed more than 15 milligrams of vitamin E daily had twice the bleeding complications. 2 ounces of almonds puts you right at that danger zone. Here's the scariest part. This interaction isn't listed on most medication guides. Your pharmacist might not catch it. Your doctor might not think to ask about nut consumption. You're on your own to connect these dots. If you have kidney stones, try pumpkin seeds with only 4 milligrams of oxalates per ounce. For digestive issues, choose macadamia nuts with minimal fiber and no phytic acid. Blood thinner users should stick to walnuts with lower vitamin E content. Listen to your body's warning signs and subscribe for more health alerts that could save your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.